Why aren't you happy? That's a great question, isn't it? It's something we've pondered our whole lives if we're not happy. Why aren't we happy? Why aren't you happy? Because you're pursuing pleasure over purpose. So, what do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is pleasure is you're chasing the dopamine spike. So, the dopamine spike is that thing in your brain that when you're feeling the pleasure from whatever vice or whatever thing that you probably shouldn't be doing and you're getting that little high. That's the dopamine spike. So, when you drink that bottle, when you smoke that joint, when you eat that piece of cake, when you lust after that girl, you're chasing that spike. You're chasing that spike, that little hit of pleasure that causes you to feel so good in the moment. And you're looking for that high. But then what happens after the high? The inevitable crash. So you get the high, and then here comes the crash. And it's always the same. Because we want that high. We want it up here. We want that feeling up here. But then what happens is we can't sustain it with the vice or the pleasure. So then it all automatically does this. And then it crashes. And it's the same thing every time. The spike and the crash, the spike and the crash, the spike and the crash. It doesn't work. It doesn't work in the long term. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have these desires or that I've never indulged them myself. I've indulged all of them. The point is, it doesn't work in the long term. The long term is what we're after, right? You want to feel good for the long term, not just in the short term. And the problem with vices and the problem with those spikes is it's all short term. So you get the high, and then you get the low. And now you've had the high, and then you have the low, and now you've got to work to get back to where you were. Everybody that's ever had a hangover knows what I'm talking about. So you get the high, everything's great. You're in the zone, you're feeling great, you're talking to the girl. And then what happens the next day? Boom, you get the low. Now you got the hangover, you're feeling like shit. You probably ate some crap the night before, so now you got to get rid of that one way or the other. It's not good. It doesn't make us feel good over the long term. It's not consistent. So what's the answer? What's the answer for the consistent peace of mind and the consistent happiness? You have to create a daily process that gives you a healthy mind, a healthy body, and a healthy spirit. And then you have to give it to other people. That's what creates the happiness over the long haul. And you don't get the spikes. Happiness and peace of mind is uneventful. It just feels very good. You might get, little ups and downs, but it's uneventful. And that's what confuses us, because we think that we should be getting these huge spikes, but we don't. We just feel good all the time, or most of the time. And then when the inevitable challenges and obstacles and problems happen, we're ready. Because we're in a good space. We're in a good state of mind. We have good energy. We feel good. Because we've gotten up at an early hour, because we eat healthy, because we exercise, because we read positive, motivational things, we hang out with positive people, we do things we enjoy, and we focus on that. And we let go of all the other stuff. If we want to stay in the zone. That's the key to getting into the zone and staying in the zone, in the flow state. You create a daily process that creates a healthy mind, a healthy body, and a healthy spirit. That's how you do it. There's no other way. And then you give it away. And then you contribute it to other people. And then there's an energy exchange. So now you're in this good space and you're giving it away to other people and you're getting feedback and you're feeling good about yourself. And now, once you're giving it away to other people, now you feel motivated and you feel like you don't want to let them down, because it's really about other people. It's not about you. It's about other people. That's what makes you happy. Other people. Doing things for other people. But you have to be in the right space yourself. You have to have good energy. You have to have the right mindset. You have to be taking action. And you have to be positive. And then you can be happy.